What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. And in today's video we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played West Ham, guys. But yes, guys, let's get straight into today's video. So we made 4 changes from the last game against Wolves. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Dalot, Smalling, Jones, Rojo, Pogba, Fred, Lingard, Mata, Martial, Lukaku. So obviously we had to make a few tweaks now and there in the team. Obviously Dalot had to come in for Ashley Young to serve his suspension, and also Rojo had to come in for Luke Shaw to serve his suspension as well, his 2-game ban as well. The other changes was Fred came in, I think Mata came in as well, maybe not, maybe wrong. I'm not always that great from the last lineup against Wolves coming into this one against West Ham. But anyways, I'll stop talking now. I'll stop blabbing about that. Overall reaction. The thing is, I missed 45 minutes of this game because I was at the Ed Sheeran concert. I can't really comment on that first half, really. I can comment more on the second half than the first half, but I did see some of the highlights from the first half. I think, again, when you're playing teams like West Ham, I said it in my last video that any team comes up to Old Trafford and they give us a good old fight, and that's what West Ham did. West Ham had an offside goal, people saying the defender was onside, but really they should have scored. Again, there was another one where the referee gave Manchester United a penalty. Did the referee make the right decision? I'll get into that in the video in a bit. I can't really comment on the first half because I don't know what had happened. I know that Manchester United got a penalty. Was it the right decision? I don't know. Again, I think this is another game where we got lady luck on our side. These are games that we're getting lucky now. We played against Watford a couple of weeks back and we got lucky there. What's another game for an example? Obviously this game was another example. Again, these performances are not up here. They're not up to our standard at the minute. We're not playing so well at the minute. We're putting on poor performances recently, but we're still walking away with the 3 points. But at this stage, all that matters is that if you get the win, get the 3 points, really. That's all that matters. Yes, these are poor performances. Yes, we need to improve as a team now. But these performances are not good enough for Manchester United. We know it's not good enough. We are not hitting our expectations. The performances are not up there. They're really down here. I will talk a little bit more about that as well. It's another game where we got a lady luck on our side, where we got the 3 points. We're very lucky to walk away from that game to get the 3 points. First half, can't really comment. We got the first goal by Pogba. And then second half, I feel like we came out. We should have put a chance away, but we wasted it by taking way too many touches. West Ham just hit us on one, got a counter-attack and the goal had slipped in. Very frustrated that how that slipped in as well. De Gea's near post, but again, you can't be getting beat at near post. But again, that was Rojo's fault for not being back in his position. That is Rojo to blame, obviously. Obviously, if Luke Shaw was playing, he would have definitely done better there. When your players have got suspended for a few games, this is where they have to step up, they have to turn up as well. So, you know, second half, it was one of these halves where it must have happened in the first half as well. I think what we're struggling on recently now is the midfield. We're lacking that sharpness in midfield to get the ball up to Lukaku, up to Martial, up to Rashford, up to Lingard, up to Mata, to whoever's playing there. We're lacking that sharpness in midfield. The transition from defence to attack needs to be a lot more quicker. The thing is, I can't really comment on the performance. It wasn't a great performance once again. That's what I saw in that second half. I thought to myself, we're lacking that sharpness in midfield, and this is what we need to do. We need to invest in the summer to get someone who's going to be sharp on the ball and get it up the pitch quick, up to someone like Lukaku. That's what we're lacking. We're lacking something in midfield. Is it because, you know, we're missing on Herrera, Matic due to injury? You can't leave it down to your injuries again. You would have thought Matic and Herrera would be fit, but they're obviously not because they're not ready to play yet. It's another game that we haven't played our standard. It's not good enough. The performance against Watford, we got lucky there. Obviously, the performance against Barcelona was okay. We still played okay. It was still a satisfying performance. Teams like West Ham, who started probably well in the season, then faded, dropped stupid points, who haven't been playing the best. We should be putting these teams to bed, really. Yes, we beat them. Yes, we got the 3 points, but we need to start putting on a better performance. It's not good enough. We need to wake up and smell the coffee now. It's not good enough. We need to wake up now. I can't really comment on the performance, really, because I didn't watch all the game. I watched about 50 minutes, and that was it. 50 minutes, just less than that, 48 minutes. So, you know, I can't really comment really on the overall performance, but I did hear that it was another poor performance. We're going to have to really work on the technical side and to get these performances back up there, because we've got some big games coming up. We've got Chelsea and City coming up soon, so we're going to have to really pull up our socks, and we're going to have to pull on better performances now. We're going to have to really lift up these performances. Is it because we're not playing with a high intensity, high tempo? But the thing is that we had players out wide, we were playing with width and pace. We need to adapt something in the team that needs to come back into the team and to really lift it. And like I just said previously, we need someone in midfield who needs to be sharp on the ball to get the ball up to the pitch. That is what we need. That's what we're just lacking on in something right now. We're lacking in someone in midfield at the minute. Let's get into more of this game now. What did I make of the performance? Like I said, I can't really comment on the performance. I did say that, but I am going to give I'll talk about a little about the second half performance more than the overall performance. I think overall the performance wasn't that great. The second half performance, I'm not too sure, because I don't know if we were better from the first half to the second half. The thing is, the performance wasn't good enough. We should be seeing games off against West Ham. We should be beating these 3-4, 5-0, because these are teams that we should be beating and we should be absolutely smashing it. Yes, we've got games coming up midweek against Barcelona and all these lot, but we should be seeing off these games earlier on. Teams like West Ham, who have not been playing the best football recently as well. The performance wasn't good. We did get Lady Luck on our side. Yes, we did beat them 2-1, but also at this stage in the table, it's all about getting the 3 points and it's all about getting the result. It does grow confidence, but we do need to improve as a team. Something that's lacking in midfield, for me, it's something in midfield. I think that's what we've been lacking on in the last few weeks. We've been lacking something in midfield, the sharpness in midfield, and it's also the transition from defence to attack. It needs to be a lot more sharper on the ball. We need quicker movement as well. That's what we need, and we need more energy. We need fresh legs. That's what Ollie said before his game. He said we got fresh legs, we got energy there, but again, it wasn't like we came out in the first half and the game was done within the first half, because it wasn't done in the first half. In this game, it was all about the game management and the man marking. But yes, we sealed off, got the 3 points. That's all that matters at the minute. Moving on into the next question. Did the referee make the right decision for the first penalty? I actually watched that and I thought, I'm not too sure if that's a penalty though. You can see I'm a Manchester United fan and I'm wearing a top. Did he make the right decision? It's obviously depending on how the referee saw it, on what angle he saw it. If he thought the contact was inside the penalty area, it's what the referee sees at the end of the day. Even though you look on it a different angle, the contact was probably outside the box, but at the end of the day, it's not my decision to make, it's the referee's decision to make. But what I was really frustrated and pissed off about with this referee was the fact that when we got awarded that second penalty, Martial was through on goal. I was like, oh, here we go. But this was a goal opportunity and it was going to happen. Martial was going to score. The right back brought him down. He's the last man standing. He's through on goal. The right back gets given a yellow card. I think some of these referees are not thinking what the rule is, because the rule is when you're through on goal and when you're last man, you get sent off. The referees are forgetting about these rules now. This is the best league in England and we've got the worst referees. The referees have been absolutely atrocious in these last couple of weeks, because the fact that how Liverpool have been scoring and the linesmen have not been that great. They're scoring their goals when it should be offside. Neil Warnock even said it. We're playing in the best league and we've got the worst officials. And it clearly shows that, because this referee did not know what the rule was. He was a last man standing, he's through on goal, he's got to go, he's got to get sent off. But the referee didn't award it because he completely forgot about the rule. I have to blame the referee that he made the wrong decision there. He shouldn't have got a yellow card, he should have been off. He was a substitute as well for Zabaleta, so he should have been sent off. He didn't deserve to be on that pitch. I hope somebody else picked up on that, because that's what I picked up on as well. And I was saying to my dad, how is that not a red card, you know? They're forgetting what the rules are now, the referees. And that's why they need to revisit and they need to think about what they've just done. So I bet when the referee sees that replay, he's going to think, shit, I made the wrong mistake there. He should have got sent off. They'll be kicking themselves because we've got the worst officials in the Premier League at the minute. Why haven't the last performances not reaching our expectations at the minute? This is the big thing, you know, because we played poor against Watford, we got the 3 points, but we also got the win. This game wasn't the best as well. We got beat by Wolves. You know, the last couple of weeks have just not been good enough. The performances have just not been that great. Is it the manner in the game? Is it the game management? I don't really know. It's just something in the team that we're lacking. Are we lacking energy? Are we lacking something in the midfield? Are we lacking some leadership there? I don't know. It could be anything. It could be anything. But then you've got some absolute who can't defend as well. Ashley Young, and that's been going on the social media recently as well. So the performances haven't been good enough. Just because we're playing midweek against teams like Barcelona, Wolves in the FA Cup, Reading in the Carabao Cup or someone like that, you can't just say, oh, it's because of these midweek games. The thing is, it's all about, when you've had a Premier League game, it's all about the recovery work that you have to do as well. Big turnarounds when you've just played on a Saturday night and you go in playing on a Tuesday night, and that's what Manchester United are doing. We've not had much time to prepare for this one against Barcelona. It's 2 days and we're playing again. It's all about the recovery work as well, so you can't just put it down because there's midweek games as well. It's all about the recovery work. When you go into some midweek games, you'll be thinking that's where we need the energy in the squad, that's where we need fresh legs, we need players to be absolutely on it, we need players to be absolutely physically, mentally prepared for games, going into every single game. We've got to have players ready, need their energy, they're going to have to go out there, fight in the game. It could be anything, the reason why these performances have not been reaching our expectations at the minute, and that's what Ollie has to really work on now in the next few weeks. We're playing Everton next. We know we have to step it up now because we've got Chelsea after that, and then we've got City. They're the points that we really need to get as well to get ourselves up that table, and we just need that little bit of that kick. Ollie needs to review, analyse these games, and he needs to break things down in the areas of where we need to, improve on. And we need to go away, take that away, improve on the training pitch really. How can we adapt to poor performances back to the best performances? I think it's all about the players need to improve, the players need to look back. It's not only just the manager, I think it's all about the players, that they need to look back themselves on their performance, of what they need to improve on as well themselves. Every player plays differently, like the Lukaku is good with his strength, his hold-up play. Pogba, his long balls, how can I improve them? How can we adapt to poor performances to best performances? We need to improve. And we need to grow as a team, we need to go away. I think it's not only just the manager, but also the players. They need to look back on their own performances and they need to improve themselves and their own performance after the game. It's all about adapting. What do we need to change? It's all about, I think, the midfield. We're lacking something in midfield, that sharpness in midfield. It's that one person that needs to lead us forward, get us forward on the front foot. We need that sharpness. We need someone who can put in long balls up to Lukaku. We're lacking something in midfield, and the transition needs to be a lot more quicker, I think, as well. That's what we're lacking on recently, I think, in the last recent weeks. We're lacking on the transition. We need to be quicker on the ball, we need quicker movement, and we need to get the ball up to these strikers so they can get onto it. Get it out to the players that have got width and pace. If we're playing with Martial out on the left flank, you've got Rashford out on the right flank, then you know who's going to really causing problems. They're going to cause the right back problems and the left back problems. So it's all about that sharpness that we're lacking in the moment. We just need that little bit of that kick, and if we get that little bit of that kick, that's where we can go on beating Chelsea and City in the next couple of weeks. Who was my man of the match? Obviously, of course, Paul Pogba, because he was brave enough to step up on those 2 penalties. Thank God he's changed his run-ups now. I think everyone's going to be over the moon with that. So obviously, of course, it has to be Paul Pogba because of his 2 penalties, because he just sealed off the win for us. Did we deserve it? Possibly, but yet again, we just need to work on improving our performances now, and that's where we're going to have to really take it back to the training pitch, so we know what we need to work on and what we don't need to work on. But there's always areas that we need to improve on. That's where Ollie needs to think, not only just Ollie though as well, Mike Phelan as well. So they need to think what needs to change. They'll work out in the end. But I think it's because we're lacking that sharpness in midfield. It's just that one person. I think the one person who's going to probably change the game is probably Ander Herrera. Is Ander Herrera on his way out? That's the big question as well. So, it's just lacking that sharpness. The transition needs to be quicker from the defence to attack. So it's all about pulling up our socks. There's always areas that we need to improve on. That clearly showed in that game. Not only just in that game though as well. The Watford game, the West Ham game, the Wolves game where we lost out on as well on points. So we know that these performances need to get better. They need to get better now, because if they don't get better now from the next game against Everton, I'll tell you what, we won't beat City. Yes, we're probably going to be at home against Chelsea and City, but we're going to have to step up these performances. You know, we need to play quick. It's all about playing quick. Quick movement. You know, we need to be sharp on the ball. The passing needs to be quick. It's all about the movement now. Get the ball up to the players who you know have got pace. And that's where then the players have got to, where they're going to have to really create chances, take the chances and score on their chances. So it's all about the game management as well. It's all about the communication as well in these games as well. We know we can improve. We know we can improve in these games. And that's where we need a little bit of that logic, a little bit of that mentality there. It could be a mentality thing as well. A little bit more common sense as well. Once after this Barcelona game, we can recover, analyse that last game against West Ham, and hopefully we can pick up where we left off from and bring those good performances back near to the end of the season. Let's talk about the goals now. First goal, Pogba steps up to the penalty, nice and composed, and finishes it for 1-0. Lovely jubbly. Second goal, once again Pogba steps up to another penalty, nice and composed, finish for 2-1. Lovely jubbly. Talking about the substitutions, Mata went off for Rashford. Talk about Mata's performance. Not everything he tried came off, but industrious on and off the ball. Won the penalty before he was harshly hot before the hour mark. Lukaku went off for Greenwood. Talk about Lukaku's performance. Looks drained of confidence and seemed in a rush to get rid of the ball. Not trustworthy enough to lead the line and made way for Mason Greenwood. Rahul went off for Pereira. Talk about Rahul's performance. Intercepted to spark the attack which led to the penalty. He regressed almost immediately from the restart and left Anderson unmarked to level. And like I was just saying previously, that's why they snuck that goal in, because Rahul wasn't back in position really. If Luke Shaw would have been playing, he would have been in position and that goal would never have happened. And I was thinking to myself, oh come on, let's walk away with a clean sheet. No, didn't happen. Anyway guys, next up it's Everton. Everton, the 9th in the table. Everton are a team at the beginning of the season that they started okay. They probably some okay results now and there. They had those odd games where they were just dropping out on points, dropping out on points after game after game after game. That's how Everton's season has gone. But they've just really picked it up in the last recent weeks. They went and beat Chelsea, they went and beat Arsenal, and they're two teams that are in the top 6 as well, and they're not even in the top 6 either. So yet again they're turning up for the top 6 games, just like Watford. You know, we can't let Everton really dictate the pace. You know, we can't really let them dominate this whole game. Yes, they're at home. They're obviously beating Chelsea and Arsenal at home as well, because they've got that confidence as well at home as well. We know this game is not going to be easy. It's between two rivals again, but we know this one isn't a big rival against Everton, but we're going to have to treat them as rivals though, because we know it's tough. Yet again, we did beat Everton early on this season at Old Trafford. We beat them 2-1. You know, it's a game that we have to be really on it. We have to be physically, mentally prepared. The defence needs to be rock solid. We need to keep our shape, keep hold of possession. We need to make them work. We need to create chances, take our chances and score in our chances. We need to come out quick. We need to be sharp on the ball. We need quick movement. We need a quick transition from defence to attack. We really need to be on top of our game, because these guys have been on top of their game. Yes, they lost out to Fulham over on the weekend. Did they lose that on purpose because they know that United are playing up against Barcelona midweek? I don't know. We cannot take our foot off the gas. It's obviously Everton, so we have to really step up our game. They have beaten Chelsea and Arsenal at their home ground, so we're going to have to really pick up the performances and also pick up the pace. We need to play with width and pace in the team as well, so it's all about, I think, the team selection as well. It's all about the game management, and it's all about seeing this game off, getting the 3 points and getting the win at the end of the day. And Everton are a team that we must win. We cannot lose at the end of the day. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in the video in the next couple of days. And peace.